The MP Boy Mamabolo is refusing to apologise to Julius Malema and his wife Mantwa for claiming the EFF leader is abusing her. Malema's wife says she'll file a defamation lawsuit against Mamabolo. She's demanding he issue a public apology for claiming that Malema abused her and admit that he lied. In a letter written to Mamabolo, Mantwa Malema described claims as untrue. She says the statements amount to emotional abuse of herself and by extension her children, who she says are being mocked at school. Malema wants to sue Mamabolo for 1 million rand. I spoke to legal expert Ulrich Rue about the merits of the case. All right, so Ulrich, first let's start with a defamation lawsuit. What does that entail?
Hi, Sean. So a defamation, the definition of it in terms of our law is if you unlawfully and untruthfully defame the character of another person. So in other words, the essential elements of the offence of defamation is that whatever you utter about another person is not truthful. It is said with the intention of creating damage towards that person's dignity and to his persona, or his or her persona. And thirdly, that it is not in the public interest. So certainly the comments made yesterday in Parliament, as well as to a newspaper this morning, if there's no truth to it, then definitely the person who's uttered it, the ANC MP, opens himself up to a defamation lawsuit being brought against him.
Yeah.
The only defence that he could have is if he can prove that there is indeed sufficient evidence that he's telling the truth, so he indeed has evidence that Julius Malema has assaulted his wife, and of course that he can then prove that it is in the public interest.
Yeah.
One could argue that a member of parliament, especially someone like Julius Malema, who is in the media and in the limelight so frequently, that it is in the public interest for society to know that he has indeed abused his wife physically. But if you allege, then you must be able to prove that.
You must be able to prove, but then Mantwa Malema is saying that this is not true. So then what evidence will prove this in court if she herself is saying this isn't the case?
Yes, certainly. So that is definitely something that that the ANC MP would have to consider. You know, whether he's going to retract his comments or not. He's now been placed on terms by Julius Malema's legal team to retract what he said and to unconditionally say that it's in fact not the truth. And I agree with you. You know, if Julius Malema's wife confirms in an affidavit that she has indeed not been assaulted by him, then it's going to be very difficult for him to prove, for the ANC MP to prove that he did indeed assault his wife.
Yeah, so given that, does Julius Malema and his wife have a strong case of defamation against Boy Mamabolo?
I do think they would have, yes, indeed. Julius Malema himself was on the receiving end of a 500,000 rand award being made against him when Trevor Manuel filed a defamation lawsuit against him for untruthful comments that he made about Trevor Manuel. So I would advise the ANC MP, if I was his legal advisor, to, if he does not have any evidence substantiating his claims that he made, that Julius Malema did indeed assault his wife, then he should unconditionally withdraw those comments. It certainly would not be in the public interest if it is not the truth. And he would definitely be facing an uphill battle if Julius Malema was to institute legal action against him.
And then Mantwa Malema is actually suing for damages of 1 million rand. Is that an amount that you see actually being paid out in a case like this?
That is always the difficulty with defamation lawsuits, is how do you quantify the damages that has been suffered by the person. So in other words, if I make an untruthful comment about someone else in the public domain, be it racist, defamatory, gender-based violence, whatever the case, how do you attach a financial value to that? So they would have to provide evidence to the court to say, well, as a result of these untruthful comments having been made, my name suffered damages in the following way, and that you can quantify the following damages to that. So, you know, 1 million rand is an amount, I would say, that is just claimed from the outset, but they would definitely have to prove the actual damages suffered.